Hello and welcome. I'm Peter, the host of this channel. And on this channel, I share my experience as an independent explorer in the world of the occult. Also, I truly believe that you didn't find me by accident, and that what I have to say will help you thrive on your spiritual journey. What I'm trying to do here is to create a channel that carries valuable information for the spiritual seeker and the fellow modern mystic. I do this to help you become successful and prosperous in all areas of life that really matter to you, because I know I can give it to you, and I know you can take it. So today's video will be that too, valuable info with a little twist. The twist is that today's video should serve as a cautionary tale when it comes to summoning demonic spirits and making your bidding. You can look at it as a kind of big no-no when it comes to conjuring spirits. I've made this mistake, so you don't have to. Oh, and before I continue, okay, now that we got that out of the way, I will also have some good news to give you at the end of this video. So let's dive into it. What I'm about to tell you happened 5 years ago. In my previous video, I told you my story about working with King Paimon from the Goetia and how this magical working has aided my musical development. If you haven't checked it out yet, then you can check it out here. So if you recall, I said that it took me years till I got the message of that ritual. Well, what I'm about to tell you happened during that time when I was waiting for his response and the magic to happen. Because, I'm not gonna lie, I turned a little impatient while I was waiting. So much so that there came a point where I got very frustrated. I became frustrated because I was convinced that the magic didn't work, and it made me look like a fool. At the time of my life, I felt kinda lost anyway. So I've decided that I'm gonna do a kind of a reset ritual where I would summon the demonic spirits closest to me and we would erase all my claims against King Paimon, so I could start over with him. This was a very simple ritual with one white burning candle, my knife, and me, the conjurer, kneeling in a triangle bare naked facing towards the north. I was kneeling and waiting patiently for a response for a while from my demons. But then as I kneeled there in silence, I started to become a little frustrated. Where is everybody? Why am I left alone? Am I a joke to you all? Then I felt that frustration slowly turning into anger, which then got amplified into hatred and then went into a full-on rage. I held King Paimon and the rest of the demonic spirits accountable for not granting me my wish. I was a little surprised because I sounded like a spoiled little brat, which was a little odd as this wasn't my style at all, and I'm just simply not like that. But the rant went on. It came to a point where it turned into a full-on psychosis or a split consciousness experience where I had this conversation with a spirit that I have never met before. I don't know how to better describe it. It was as if I wasn't fully there. I was just an observer of this gruesome scene. The spirit was very demanding, narcissistic, entitled, and was full of anger on a whole different level that I'd never seen before. And believe it or not, at one point that knife in my hand got held against my own throat, and whoever it was ready to kill me. The spirit asked through me if you all, the demons, wanted me to kill this son of a bitch. Should I slit his throat and put him out of his misery? I'm supposed to be your king, but you treat me like some swine in the dirt. Will you finally accept me as your king if I finish him right here and now? Or something to that extent. I don't remember the exact words, but I remember the impulse behind them. And as this spirit spoke all these hateful things through me, about me, it was as if my throat got bigger, as if I swallowed something. And I could detect a subtle change in my own voice too. A real-life horror film, I'm telling you. From the inside, I felt that I was paralyzed, but in the meantime, I was curious as to where all this was gonna go from here. Would he really kill me? Then I've got the answer. No. Of course not. He was a coward, not a king. He couldn't exist without me and my vessel. So then it was over. And I was scared of myself, first time ever in my life. Just what did I conjure? What kind of magical experience was that? It was a demonic possession in its real life version. It was disgusting energy. very disgusting, full of putrid entitlement and hatred. During this ordeal, I had impressions of what I, as the demon, looked like, and this is how I would illustrate him. This is Demas, or Dumas. I knew nothing about him or her. I just somehow looked up the Goetia one day and found him or her, and the resemblance was quite eerie. The crown on his or her head was quite a symbol, making him or her look like a wannabe king while his or her rooster feet were digging in the dirt. We never made contact before or after that. Well, after this ritual, I didn't get any answers to my questions, but I could see for myself what kind of spirits does this kind of impatient attitude attract. All in all, I'd say that this was the spirit of a loser. It was like bathing in shit and vomit while someone is sitting on your shoulders and calling himself tall. Now, let me say this. This channel is not about demonic spirits. Demons are just an interesting topic to set this channel in motion with, especially in these desperate times globally. Like I say at the start of my videos, I'm an explorer, not a researcher, which means that I take risks on my spiritual path, because I'm into adventures, but only into rewarding ones. This story was one of the less fortunate ones, but I could gain some wisdom from it. It is for you to open your eyes to the potential dangers of this craft if you choose the wrong guidance. Anger and frustration is wrong guidance. And keep this in mind, there is no amount of armor or protection that will save you from yourself. So watch your attitude, because it will be turned against you in this world. Trust me, reality is just one gigantic mirror, and it won't just show you your true personality, but things beyond your personality that come with the human condition and more. So my message is, don't let negative emotions get the better of you when it comes to magical workings. Make sure that both the set and the setting is right. Which brings me to my good news. You do as you please. I'm saying this to remind you that you always have a choice. I'm giving you back your power. And in this case, you have two choices. If you're smart and you want to stay that way, then you never do what I did. If you're courageous and want wisdom, then you do it and see the inner darkness of the human condition for yourself and gain the wisdom from your experience. If you're okay with getting yourself a little concerned, or should I say, even scared, because it's truly dangerous. I warned you. Either way, you're going to win and grow spiritually. And that brings today's video to a full circle. So that is it for today. Let me know about any similar experience if you've ever had any. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. I love you.